Good morning. Buenos dias from Colombia, where I am spending 10 days solo traveling. I am very excited for today. I am taking a day trip from here in Bogotá, Colombia to Zipaquira, where there is a Salt Cathedral, which I am very excited to see. And then we are stopping at Lake Guatavita on our way back. I'm doing this as a private tour, so super nice for me. Should be a pretty flexible day. I hired a driver on day trip. They are hosting me for this experience, so thank you for them. I will let you guys know my full honest thoughts on them at the end of the day, as I always do. But it's time for me to go get this day started. I'm so excited. I think we have about an hour and a half drive to Zipaquira, which is stop number 1. So let's go.
The Salt Cathedral of Zipaquira is an underground Catholic church located 180 meters, or 590 feet, below the surface, inside an old salt mine. The history of the cathedral actually goes back to the 1930s, when miners created a small chapel inside the mine where they could pray for protection before starting work. The first cathedral was officially opened in 1954, but structural problems eventually led to its closure in 1992. The current cathedral was built deeper inside the mine and opened in 1995. The cathedral is centered around 3 main naves, representing the birth, life, and death and resurrection of Jesus. Along the way, there are 14 stations of the cross carved into the salt, with crosses, sculptures, and lighting throughout the tunnels. One of the main highlights is the huge cross carved into the salt at the center of the cathedral. The combination of the salt mine, the underground architecture, and the religious artwork makes the Salt Cathedral one of Colombia's most unique attractions.
Alright, I am halfway through this day trip, so I wanted to check in. The Salt Cathedral was so cool, so worth it. I loved it. The entrance fee, so I just did the basic ticket. I just bought my ticket there, super easy, and like no lines or anything. I went super early on like a Wednesday. I think that's part of it, but the basic ticket was 125,000 pesos, which was just about $40 US. So probably like the most expensive, like people were saying like the most expensive tourist attraction in Colombia, or like one of them, but I thought it was worth it. The place is huge, so I think I could have gotten an audio guide and one on my own, but they put me with a tour guide, and the whole tour was in Spanish, which was fine. I picked up bits and pieces of what was going on, but it was so cool to see, even if like I wasn't understanding like everything that the guide was saying. And then you go through the whole cathedral. It probably took over an hour by the time we got in and got through like the whole guided tour part. And then there's like a bunch of shops and restaurants and stuff at the end, so I got a coffee down there, and it was cool. And now I'm sitting here at Guatavita Lagoon, waiting for the tour to start, because you also have to go with a guide, so hopefully the hike isn't too hard. I heard that the worst the hiking is at the beginning, so get it over with and then enjoy the views of the lake. But so far so good. Oh, and my driver is so nice. He's answering all my questions, he's pointing stuff out as we drive. His name is Jonathan, so shout out Jonathan. I'm having a great day, but I guess we're gonna go explore this lake next. I just wanted to check in after the lake hike. So we had a guided tour for the first half. The lady, it was again in Spanish, which was fine. I caught some of it, but the lady was telling us about like the different types of plants and trees and animals here. And then we got to the lake and we were free to like wander on our own. I'll be honest, you can probably tell I'm out of breath. It was a lot more of a hike than I was expecting. Everything I read said like, oh, you go up some stairs at the beginning and then it's just flat. Oh my God, it's been crazy. I think a lot of it's the altitude because we're even higher than Bogota right now. We're at almost 10,000 feet, I think. So I'm pretty tired. I really enjoyed the Salt Cathedral. I'm not sure that the lake was worth it unless you really want to go on like some sort of hike. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm glad I did it. There were a few other things in Bogota I would have rather done probably, but at least the views are really pretty. It's like all farmland and cows out here. But yeah, I just wanted to say that while it was fresh on my brain. I think I'm finally to the end. So that took almost 2 hours, an hour and 50 minutes from the time our tour started. So, and I'm really slow. Everyone was ahead of me. So that's just me being slow. But yeah, it was okay. If you want to do it. But honestly, I would just do the Salt Cathedral if I were you. That's just my recommendation. But yeah, I'll check in one more time once we get back to the city. I literally just walked in the door from that day trip. It was crazy. The traffic in the city is just insane. I don't know how people drive here. So the schedule for this day trip originally said pick up 7:30 in the morning, drop off back in Bogota by 2:30 p.m. I just walked in the door a little past 7 p.m. So instead of being a 7-hour day, it was 11 and a half, which was insane. I don't know like who got the scheduling for this, but it was just so much longer of a drive to get to each of the 2 stops and then back to the city than I think anyone could have guessed. I think this is just normal. So I don't know. Like I said, I loved the Salt Cathedral. I almost wish I skipped the lake just because I had something else I wanted to do this afternoon in the city, which I obviously didn't get to. I have time tomorrow morning though, so I am gonna get to do it, I think. But yeah, what a crazy long day. That was insane. But yeah, day trip actually made it really easy. Once again, I want to shout out my driver, Jonathan. He was great. He was pointing out stuff along the way, updating me whenever we stopped, and like, I don't know, he was just like, I feel like he was like really there for me during the day. So I appreciate that. But yeah, tomorrow I fly to my next destination, which you guys will see next week. I am very excited to keep exploring more of Colombia. And yeah, oh, one more thing. I have a Patreon now. So Patreon is where you can subscribe to like creators, basically like a very small monthly fee to support what your favorite creators are doing. If you subscribe to my Patreon, I have 2 different tiers. I am doing all kinds of behind the scenes, weekly updates where I share like in real time where I am. So you guys are seeing this. I'm long gone from Colombia, but my Patreons are getting weekly updates, my honest thoughts in the moment every Monday, and special videos, Q&As. And then I have a higher postcard tier, which is a few dollars more per month and 4 times a year, twice in 2026 since I just started the Patreon. I am sending out postcards from my travels. So join that. I would love that if you guys would subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I am so grateful for my Patreon. I will drop the link to subscribe to that and check it out in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next week for more Colombia. Adios.